if you are US based and you're looking to get your flights over to London or anywhere in the world for free, then we have got the right guy here. This is Nicky from The Points Guy, which is the leading website for figuring out how to get airline miles and free flights around the world. And he's gonna be telling us how you can build up your points to get your own free flights over here.
Yeah, hello, and we are here in London, so we are living, breathing examples of being in this wonderful city.
That's right. Okay, so Nicky, if somebody wants to book a free flight over to here or anywhere in Europe, really, first you need to build up your airline miles, right?
Yeah.
And do you have some tips for how to do that?
Sure. Well, you have to get the points and you have to earn them as quickly and efficiently and as many of them as you can. The first way, and I'm very jealous of American people out there, huge bonuses on credit cards and great multiples when you're spending on credit cards as well. And that's really the thing that we miss out on the most in the UK, but you guys have got loads of options. So look to the best credit cards, find the biggest sign-up bonuses, and look for multiples on spending. So, you want to get 4 or 5x on dining. Planes, hotels, you can get multiples there too. By combining that spending and the sign-up bonuses, you can earn some real serious amount of points.
So essentially, anything that you're spending money on, you should be putting it on a card that's getting you points.
100%. So we tell people and we condition people to stop spending cash, stop using your debit card, put it back in your wallet, and use your credit card for absolutely everything. I mean, almost all retailers everywhere online will accept credit cards. In the UK, people think that American Express, most people don't accept it. It's not true. In the US, acceptance is even wider for American Express and all the other issuers. So get your credit card out and earn something every single time, whether it's a coffee, whether it's a £5,000 computer. I don't know what you're buying, but you should be earning points on every single purchase. Okay, another key one. Do you ever buy anything online?
Sometimes, yeah.
Now, almost every online retailer will have a presence on shopping portals. And through shopping portals, you can earn more airline miles. Now, in the UK, I use the British Airways e-store, and I buy everything online through that e-store, be that on hotels.com or on ASOS, which is hugely popular fashion retailer. Same thing in the US. Pick the shopping portal for the airline program you're trying to earn miles for. Maybe compare one against the other to see whether that retailer that you want to buy from has a better offer on one or the other. And just click through to the retailer from the shopping portal. You'll earn miles for every single dollar that you spend. Easy. It's just points that would have been left on the table had you otherwise not have done that.
Right. I think for the British Airways e-store, which I use all the time, the one that people they always forget about is the Apple Store. And it's like 8 points per £1 of spend. So if you're already buying a $3,000 laptop, then you get so many points that for something that you're already going to buy anyway. So if you just buy it online, then you might as well just do it make sure you go through the portal to earn all those points.
Okay, so alliance loyalty is important, but diversity is also very important. So once you've nailed one of these alliances, I would definitely recommend trying to expand your horizons. If you can earn points in loads of different programs, that's really good. But also look to earning American Express points, membership reward points, or Chase points, because Ultimate Rewards, they transfer into loads of different partners. So it opens up a whole world of possibilities. So if you really want to know the best credit cards in 2019, The Points Guy has a YouTube video that you should check out, and we'll link to it at the end of this video and down in the bio. Is it a bio?
Description?
Whatever.
That's fine.
Okay, so something else really important to consider is being a member of the different alliances. So Oneworld is the big one in the UK because British Airways is part of Oneworld. American Airlines, Iberia are also part of Oneworld, and they're great options for getting from North America to Europe. But concentrating on one is great because it means you can earn status if you fly enough. And status means you get in lounges, you get priority check-in and boarding, and all the nice perks that people really enjoy, and it makes traveling a pleasure, even if you're flying in economy.
Okay, so once you actually start to build your points up, then what should we know about actually redeeming them for flights?
Okay, now people do get a bit scared off by taxes, various tips in that sphere, but one thing to think about that I think is important is I like to save my miles for a big, juicy, premium redemption. Now, if we're just going to take British Airways and Avios as an example, flying economy, not such a great deal on your air miles because they're going to charge massive taxes. It's sometimes even cheaper to book a cash ticket than to use your miles and the tax, which is kind of like crazy, but something to be aware of. Now, if you're going to fly business or first, you're going to use a chunk of miles. The taxes are not cheap, but you're getting that amazing experience, much higher value from the redemption. But something else to consider, it doesn't always have to be huge amounts of air miles. Now, British Airways has a thing called Reward Flight Savers. They cap taxes within Europe at £17.50 for economy or £25 for business class. And you can fly around Europe for so cheap using your Avios. So for example, London to Milan costs 4,000 Avios on off-peak dates, which is so few, and £17.50. So if you want to keep your taxes low, that's a really great way to do it. Fly around Europe. Once you're here, once you're in London and you want to see the sights of Italy or France or Spain or Croatia or wherever you want to go, that's a great option.
Okay, so hop around Europe with Avios for a lot cheaper, and you can even do business class doing that.
Yeah. Now, flexibility is key when it comes to trying to redeem your air miles. So we've already talked about being flexible in terms of programs, so opening up all the different programs so you can search availability across them. Flexibility in date is often something people don't have the luxury of, but being flexible in departure and arrival points is something that you can control. So be open. If you're in New York, like you can fly from New York or JFK, be open to both of them. But also you might want to consider for an amazing redemption, flying from Washington or Boston or somewhere that's very cheap to get to, that you could get a cheap connecting flight to get that dream business class flight across the Atlantic. In terms of arrival points, you might want to think about nearby Europe, so Paris, Amsterdam, Brussels, Dublin, those kind of places that are incredibly easy and cheap to get to London to or elsewhere in Europe to. Think about getting between those cities. So if you open up Paris, Air France becomes an option using Flying Blue Miles or their other partners. Same with KLM, flying to Amsterdam. And also, actually, why don't you spend a little cheeky night in Amsterdam, cheeky night in Paris, I don't know. On the flip side, it's interesting to note that when you're trying to get back to the US, back to North America, the UK charges quite significant departure taxes out of London. Mm-hmm. You can only avoid it in the UK by flying from Inverness or Jersey, which is quite inconvenient for most people. So also think about a departure point leaving Europe, starting in Dublin or Paris or Copenhagen or Amsterdam or somewhere like that where the taxes are much lower and you might get a chance for a much better deal.
Okay, so the idea is that being a little bit more flexible and not going in or out of London means that you can potentially redeem for much higher classes, like a really nice business or first seat, and also pay a lot less in taxes. That's the idea, right?
Absolutely. So you might find on a day where BA has no availability between London and New York, you might find that Aer Lingus has availability between Dublin and New York. And on Aer Lingus, you can use your Avios to book that flight. And on that flight, the taxes are way lower. You don't pay APD taxes out of London, which on premium flights is like nearly £200. And you also pay less charges overall, so you can get some really great cheap deals. Actually, Aer Lingus and Iberia departing Europe are incredibly low in taxes compared to BA, and you can use your Avios on both of them.
Amazing. Thank you, Nicky, for all those tips. And there is a Points Guy UK channel, isn't there? And you feature on like every video, don't you?
There is. You should check it out. We do some really, really exciting, fun stuff that is good for everybody, not just in the UK.
That's right. You can watch that by clicking the box somewhere around there that's popping up over here.